Hey there, neighbors and naysayers. October 16th, 2025. As you can see, I'm in the same place I was yesterday because I'm still working on the mirror fountain. It's one of those things that you work on it for 10 or 15 minutes and then see how it goes. And it's still leaking. So I changed the O-ring in the back of the fitting. Next thing to do is take it all up and change the fitting, or put thread tape on the float and see if that works, which I hate to do, but it may be what we have to do. Or the alternative is turn it off and only turn it on when the cows are in the field. Again, this one here has always been trouble. I don't know what the deal is, but something's always been wrong. You can see there's one over the hill here, and we never have any trouble with it, but we always have trouble with this one. Again, good product, just something's not quite right. So I'm waiting on it to fill. Thought of the day, well, got several, but one of them is we're working on a website for the farm, and it's been a frustrating process. I don't know anything about this stuff, and it makes it even more frustrating, and my quest for knowledge makes it more terrible because I want to know how it works, and if I'm going to do the research to learn how it works, then I might as well just do it, is the way my mind goes. But anyway, we'll get through that. The other theory here is I'm building a sweatless soil tester, and I'll show it whenever I get it done, but a bucket with a hole in the bottom and a 3/4 inch auger bit that I can just drill the samples out and not have to use a probe to sample soils. And the reason we're on this kick is it's time to take soil samples. We haven't taken them in a couple years, and I try to take some every year, and it doesn't always happen. But another thing to do research on, and this is why I hate the web part of things, is I need to do some research on soil testing. And we've been using the standard soil test, we've been using the Haney test lately, or the soil health test, quite a bit, and I want to do some more testing to see where our soil health is. I know that's going to be more expensive, and it may be in a composite kind of way, but I just kind of like to see where our soil health and bacteria is. The Haney tests have always come back great, but low in fertility. And so the reason for thinking all this is, do we have enough fertility, enough soil health out there that we can apply some fertility, get our fertility levels up, and yet then build back our soil health, because we know that applying commercial fertilizer is going to hurt our soil health to an extent. And then also, what products can we put out there that might help to build our soil health back? And it's a long, drawn out wrestling. I need a whiteboard to connect all the dots and figure it all out. If I had to go back to school and do it all over again, I'd study microbiology and learn the soil health, because that's the cool part of the world to me at this point. I guess the other part that we're wrestling with is the hay fields. Our hay quality is a third better this year than it was last year, but it's still terrible. And we've kind of got to a point where we need to be applying some more fertility to those hay fields, but we hate to, because it's just such a losing battle, and I don't want to apply fertility to harm the health, but I need to apply fertility to improve the quality of the hay. And it all comes down to, this is a broken system, and I've talked about this before, and I need to get to a point where we're not in a broken system anymore. This is a broken system. We shouldn't be making hay on hay only fields. We should have pasture fields that can be hay fields, or hay fields that can be pasture fields. We need to be applying fertility back. We need to be feeding hay on the fields that the hay was harvested from. Those are closed systems. They're not broken systems, and this hay system is a broken system. And I guess I get wound up about it, and applying fertility on hay fields, I just don't want to start that addiction if I don't have to, but I need to, because we just don't have it, and the quality is getting terrible. But I want to leave things better than I found it, so I want to apply some things back to help our soil health. And if we're going to worry about applying fertility to hay fields, then we need to be thinking about applying some sort of soil health back, and also some legume back, so that we can lessen our nitrogen need. Now the problem here is I can't buy anything but dry fertilizer, and the dry fertilizer I can get's DAP, and it's got nitrogen in it, and that's going to hurt our soil health. So it's just one big long circle. But I guess the moral to the story is it's still a broken system, and we need to be figuring out how to correct it. If you're in a situation where you have designated hay fields that you own and pasture fields that you own, those need to be pasture fields that you sometimes mow for hay, or vice versa. And not a broken system where we have these soil health challenges kind of arising. So with that, I'll say we'll see you next time.